Anybody there? Hey, if you're joining me tonight, can you just drop a comment? Let me know you can hear me. Hey, Tori, can you hear me? Oh, that's great. That's awesome. Thank you. Appreciate you stopping by. I think got you about the only one here. So, what were you gonna jump into next? Here. Also, how do I put your comments on my put them up? Pop up dashboard. I'm such a noob at this. It's not even funny. Can I just what do I do here? Can I hide user good channel? Do I just click on your can nope. So I'm trying to figure I'm doing this through YouTube. I guess I should have gone through StreamYard where I can post, I want to bring comments up on it how, other people do this. So I'm not exactly sure. Let's pop up dashboard. Oh, you were going to jump into Priest of Bones. Is that correct? Priest of Lies. That's the second one, right? What'd you think of the first one? That was like my first Audible experience, and it was the guy who does the audio. It was an easy name, I can't remember, but he was phenomenal. He really gave that story and ambiance with I think it was like his Irish accent and stuff like that, and I loved that little boy as well. I wanted to see if Priest of Bone, you're on Priest of Lies. All right, I wanted to see if it would take a step away. Everybody was calling it, that show with magic. What was it? Damn. Peaky Blinders. Everybody was calling it Peaky Blinders with magic. And I wanted to see, there were a lot of similarities to that show. And I wanted to see if it jumped out and made it its own story. Because that kind of threw me off a little bit. But it did with the boy and the magic and the guy being a priest. It really kind of went its own way, and I really like that. Yeah, the Peaky Blinder references were a lot out there, and I even went so far to go see when Peaky Blinders dropped and when the book came out, because there were a lot of similarities. Like I don't know if the characterizations were great. Um, the woman in it, the I really liked the woman. I'm trying to remember her name right now in the first book. His his number two. She was great. Yes, Bloody Ann. Bloody Ann. I loved Bloody Ann's character. I thought that character was done exceptionally well. Um, she had the thing. How many? I only got one per. It's only you. So she had that thing where she was struggling with her sexuality, and her friends, I guess they caught her or something when she was younger, and the other girl was either punished pretty severely for it, and she lost that person or something. I just thought, and when she we're still now we're two. All right, I don't want to whoever it is that came out. I don't want to ruin them. But when she talked to the priest, the main guy, and she confessed to him, I almost like cried. It was because the audio, whoever did her voice did it so well and put the pain in her voice so well when she was doing that confession. Yes, she was an amazing character. Oh, we lost whoever that was. So, you are going to be putting up your first law review. I know it's not that much on plot, but I really hope you enjoyed the character work in it. Cool. Have you ever? So when you see my videos, you say I love doing my intros and kind of being a kind of a director and syncing stuff with music. Like that's like my favorite part is doing my intros. I just love doing them. You get to work with some music and try to sync it up and stuff. A 3.5. Okay, good. Thank you. It's like, I got to give them something, right? I'm working on my critiquing of books and me being able to verbalize it. And that's a work in progress, but I figure I got to give them something. So yeah, I have fun doing those intros, and putting a little looking for artwork that goes with it. Thank you. Yeah, I always get the things about the enthusiasm, because yeah, I get animated when I talk about books. Hey, it's Shay, right? Welcome, Shay. How are you today? I believe it's Shay, right? Oh, thank you. Yep, I do. I'm surprised at my memory at 44. I'm pretty good at it. Eugene, my man, this guy, commented on a couple videos today, made me feel really cool. He even commented on my short, how I would do reading Limps. That was like months ago, and now I'm actually doing reading Limps. It was like a joke because I saw everybody doing these reading sprints, and I was like, these guys, these booktubers all read so fast. Shay, what are you reading? Eugene, what are you reading? Oh, I heard it starts off slow. Um, but I heard her character work is unmatched. Um, Shay is reading Assassin's Apprentice. Oh, my man Eugene's reading Dead House Gates, Tori. Yep. Uh-huh. You're gonna find a lot of praise for that book, Eugene. A lot of people love it, and I am one of them. I am one of them. Such get through that book, man. It's so good. It truly is. Yep, there are a lot of people who take that, who have read Dead House Gates, and it still has stuck to their ribs for years and years. Um, and many people who do their Malazan top tens always have it in their S tiers constantly. If you can stay awake to read it, right? Like you have to be. I assume Shay, you are in America and you're in one of the southern states. Is that correct? Hey, Mr. Navo, thanks for joining us tonight, bud. What was it that you were reading again? PG? Nah, that's Pawn's Gambit. You've done that. Reading my '90s read, Dark Sun Rising. That's Georgia. Yeah, I knew I heard an accent in one of your videos. So yeah, Georgia. Okay. All right. What do we got? Dark Sun Rising. What's that about, man? Chris is reading Dark Sun Rising. Evie, we are limping along. I think I'm gonna start this reading limp right at 8 o'clock. We'll get like two of them in, and the Wallace. Oh, Ken Liu. And what are you thinking of about it? I've heard so many good things about it. Hey, Bryce, what's up, man? So Bryce, I believe, actually went to uh, Disney World, and he was there at the same time as me. So I'm like walking around, like seeing if I bump into this guy, and we could get like a collab photo, a collab selfie in front of Gringotts or something. But I think you were only there for like a day or two. Is that right, Bryce? I'm saying that right. It's Bryce, right? I'm pretty sure I'm saying that correctly. Yeah, so yeah, I believe we did. Yes, I believe we did overlap, Bryce. And I thought I might have saw you one day, but you had posted the selfie with you and your daughter. And I'm like, I think that guy, I think his beard was thicker. So I didn't go, thank God I didn't go up to the guy like, yo, Bryce, what's up, man? It's me, Black and Blue Collar Reader. I would have scared that dude out of his bejesus, man. But I almost bought a whole robe and everything. My kids are like, "Do not do it. Do not. Don't do it. We're not. We won't be here next to you, guys." I wish I could figure out how to put up comments on my screen. This is I'm doing this through YouTube, and I'm such a noob. It's not even funny. So I'm trying to like hit your comments and click on them twice or something like that, see if they pop up, but they're not. So I'm going to be regurgitating your comments right back to you. Wow, you guys are really lighting this thing up, huh? Right here. I really like a 5-star series so far, but I'm not getting that je ne sais quoi feeling of an all-time fave. If that makes sense. It totally makes sense. I killed that French though, right? Um, just click on the comment in StreamYard. Next time I'm going to StreamYard, and don't forget, she was only Evie that you were going to get some hard questions if I ever do this. Meet your booktubi, the black and blue collar interview. That kind of rolls off the tongue, right? Black and blue interview. But I don't want to put nobody on. No, I do want to put you on the spot. I was thinking about going and interviewing some of our fellow booktubers, some new booktubers, some old booktubers that would say yes and come up with some hard questions for you guys. Makes it easy to put up comments, but it took a bit to figure out for me who knows nothing. Yeah, I know nothing. Yeah, so Tori, if you're already at your fourth, like you do have what, 10 days. And Noah, say hi. Noah says hi, guys. He was shy. That's my little man right there. He kills it in Call of Duty. Yeah, we got some people are saying what's up, Noah. Oh, Bryce, I would totally interview you. Oh, for sure, you'd be on the docket, man. But the thing is, like, I'm really gonna go through all your videos and like find out uncomfortable questions to have for you guys. I know Evie. She rides horses. I know that Tori was a young author. Um, I know Jimmy was everybody knows Jimmy was a wrestler. So I was gonna come up with some tough ones for you guys if I got you on. We'd have to get, you know, intimate and personal, okay? But I think I'd probably need a better camera before I do all that. So I think we're gonna kick this off at 8 o'clock. Let's get some conversation going. You're already out, right? Uh-huh. It's gonna get deep. I'm gonna have a virtual tissue box for my people. Oh my God, I would have to figure out a way how to like put a little video up of Jimmy as we were playing and be like, can you give me a play by play here, Jimmy? Like, did you just grab that guy's nuts? And what that was a 3 count, right? You won that. I would definitely. Uh, I would love to play a video of Jimmy wrestling and then interview him about it. So that would be so cool. It would get brutal. It would get brutal. But then I would get like Joanne on and I'd be too scared to ask her a tough, mean question because she's so nice. Or Philip, I'd just be like, I prepared all these savage things to ask you and now I can't do it. Mr. Hayward, how are you doing tonight? Are we practicing any guitar or are we reading a book tonight? Dude, how Tori, please let us know how we can look up Jimmy's old wrestling stuff. It was he like a WWE thing? Can I type it into YouTube? Like what was his stage name? Please give me that. All right, good. Yeah, yeah. Alan can be rough. I remember watching his first video. I'm like, dude, this guy could be an asshole. I like it. I bet she could. Joanna's the best. She's just so nice to everyone. I love that about her. I love that about Philip and all you guys, really. No, none of you have told me to get off the tube. You don't know what you're doing. And I was waiting for it. And especially after that like 6 video, I'm like, come on, man. When's somebody gonna tell me to throw in the towel? Missouri to visit Gam Gam and Assassin's Apprentice. Oh, you forgot. Ooh, you forgot your book, Chris. I already told. You saw I was going to ask you some Lego questions. He's good at. You know what? He starts conversations, Alan. I give it because he does not shy away from the mainstream, and I dig that from people. I really do. And it's just like even with Tori. Tori, did you put out your Goodreads thing yet? I don't. But Tori read a book that everybody's raving about this series, but she modestly gave it what she thought she should have given it. I don't know if I want to put out the rating, but I don't know if she put her Goodreads thing up yet, so I'm gonna not just say it. But yeah, I really enjoy when people are just like, you know what, I don't get it. I don't get it. It you know really provides that authenticity, and I enjoy that. And even when Alan bashes things, it gives people a chance to conversate and hopefully do that nicely. And I haven't seen anybody, throw a book at somebody yet in these groups. I guess that would be a figure of speech since we all do it via the internet. It was all I had issues. Yeah, see now, Tori's been told probably time and time again, this is such an awesome series, and you aren't immune to that when you hear that. And I really dig when somebody's like, you know what, it yeah, it was good in these parts, but it definitely fell short here. And I believe that is a consensus with Abercrombie's first book, The First Law, that the plot was suffering immensely in that book. You don't really know what we're doing. But I would say I would be shocked if Tori doesn't give a high four with Before They Are Hanged, because I really enjoyed that. Yep, honestly, that's rule one. You drop a Lego piece, don't try to find it. It falls in the giant void. The only way it returns is to step on it with your bare foot. That's what, if you, that's what Legos are there for, to remind you they're there and on the floor. Yes. So I do want to discuss what Evie just said. She did say there is a difference between mindlessly bashing and rationally criticizing. Now, we have about 4 minutes, and I'm going to gush about this topic because I like BookTube, and I'm out there and I go look up channels, and it upsets me that when I see a channel that says 1 star, this was trash, and then you see the views on that video, and they're like astronomical, right? There's 250,000 views on it, but then that same person could put out okay, this was really good. It was it was 4 or 5 stars, and what, there's like 4.5 views on that. So us as a society, we like to see that drama. It's the reason why Jerry Springer had a career, and it's a shame that that's the case. And back to that booktuber, if I really don't think anybody should have a reason to call somebody's work of art, their pride and joy, trash. That is just, I hate that word. Um, I believe that somebody has put their heart and soul into this, and you can, if you gave it a 1 star, you can give it a nice 1 star. And there are people out there who do that correctly, and there are people who really don't do that. Um, you know, with any compassion or any positivity at all. And I believe, and it's a shame, because if you want clicks, all you have to do is, this book was 1 star, and put in your thumbnail trash, and all of a sudden you got 1,500 views. And that's just a shame. um Let me see. I feel like a lot of people conform to hype. So happy to hear honesty. Yes. People watch negative content. Society likes we do, unfortunately. Where I'm always listening for my neighbors to see when they're fighting. Not to see, not to go out and say hi. I wanna hear the good stuff. I'm just kidding about that. Um Dark Sun, Jerry Springer reference. I am age. I look, you you can't not. I can't not age myself. I age myself just by turning on the camera, Evie. Um, Constructive, yes, and like this is, and a lot of times, maybe the content's not for you. Like if I read a book with a cheesy romance, I put that in there. Maybe this wasn't my cup of tea. You know, One exactly. I hate seeing that. You could get what Tori said. I could have 1K subs by the end of the year if I did rant videos. But That's not the audience I want to have. That uber respect for everyone who does that. Right. Yes. Critical reviews are, be helpful to the author. Don't put them in a downward spiral of depression just by because listen, I'm from Jersey. I could probably break somebody down and break a book down like nobody's business, but that's not the person, like Tori says, like that's not the person I want to be. And I believe the people that I bring into my circle here, in this community are like-minded people, and I get that from when I watch your videos, because you do put your personality out there, um, and you can get a lot from just seeing somebody talk about things they enjoy, and you get a sense of whether they would be people that would do things that like that. Hey, Chris reads books. How are you tonight? Let me see if I missed anybody. I wish I'm going to say this again. I wish I could put up comments. I'm going to do this StreamYard next time. But hey, as much as I love conversating with all you people, why don't we get some reading in? Okay, because I believe my team captain, who is in the chat, would appreciate that. So we are here at 8:02. Let's just make it 8:30, and let's see where we're at. Okay, folks. hello, hello. Hello there. I believe we are at the buzzer. 8:30. My half hour was spent making sure the children were okay. Got some reading in. Had to clean up a spill of soda. Had to calm my dogs down. But I did get a little reading in, so that was a success. I would say my best reading comes when I'm in bed and there is no, and my dogs are asleep because they are up my butt 24/7, my dogs. I am reading The Unholy Consult by R. Scott Baker. I with sprints with sprints. Hey, have a good evening, Eugene. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. So with sprints, it's sometimes tough because we're all tuned in, and the clock strikes, and we all want to jump back on and talk about what we just how many pages we got in, whatever we all want to talk about. But sometimes you're just in it, and you do not want to put it down. I am getting a POV from a severed head. I'm freaking loving it. I'm reading a lot of other stuff. I'm almost done Jade City. I actually did the audiobook for that. I'm starting to get the hang of listening to audiobooks while I work. Wow. Who has read Jade City? Anitha, welcome. How are you this evening? Uh, Tori, yeah, you could be right, to be honest. There is a scene in the second Baker book that is tough. It's really tough. It's right at the end, and it could have been one of the darkest things that I've read. Now, I really dig what Baker's done. I've not found it in any other book. He has this mix of horror and fantasy that is just exceptional. His writing is exceptional. Sometimes he can be seen as pompous. Hey, Robert, what's going on? Punk Rock Cereal Bowl in the house. Um, but I would say, as a writer, you should check him out, Tori. Um, you know, you will hear the critiques of a misogynistic world. Um, but I did see you posted that you are um oh my God, what's her name? I love her stuff. What is her name? Why can't I think of it? Zara. Books with Zara. Go look at her review on A Darkness That Comes Before. Obvious she's like the standard of book reviewing for me. Zara's channel is so good, and she always just does book reviews. She's very true to what she does, and she's exceptional at it. She truly is. And I really look up to the way she breaks books down. What do we got? Percy Jackson books are fun. I'm sure they are. Sure they are. Zara is just, yes. Go watch her review on Baker. At least the first book, because she does kind of touch on the misogyny of the world, and it's not that it's just women that are treated horribly. Like, everyone is in a bad situation. It doesn't matter if you're a child. It is stricken with poverty. There is class. issues and things like that. But his writing is just amazing. Oh, 2 hours left on the blade itself, Jen. Oh, Jen, you must be in the in like Mountain Time or West Coast time. 'Cause- Have a wonderful evening, Tori. Thanks for being the first person to stop in and tell me my mic was working. You don't know how much I appreciate that. Thank you. Pacific. Okay, that's what I thought. I'm like, you're making dinner now? Come on. You're lady. Okay, so oh, that's right. I believe you said you were near Seattle, right? And you might not be hippie enough for that town. Maybe a little hipster, but not hippie enough for Seattle, which I can see because I got married in Seattle um, this past August, and we were in that city. And yes, there are. I mean, it's Jimi Hendrix's, his birthplace. So you're gonna find some hippies there. Thank you, Tori. Thank you, and I will. Portland, yeah. So I actually do some business, not business, but I handle Penske. Iggy, come here. I handle like Penske truck repair, and I deal with all the shops that are out there in Portland and things like that. Portland and Seattle, all the truck shops. I'm always calling them out there. I'm totally judging you, Anitha, for eating dinner at 8:30. You're gonna get agita. You can't eat too late. It's gonna you're gonna get some heartburn. Hey, Michael, how's it going, man? I'm reading Unholy Consult. I'm also I'm also reading Snakewood by Adrian Selby. I am also almost about 3 hours almost finished with Jade City by Fonda Lee. Who has read Jade City? And yes, Anitha, what is for dinner? Shay, you read Jade City? Right, yeah, you said you gave it a lower score, I believe, yeah? I live in Seattle, the Pop Museum. If you've ever been to Hendrix Big so I was there. We did this glass, so we did the whole Space Needle, Chris. And then below the Space Needle, there was this really cool blown glass museum. It was dope. My wife and I went in there and we took a whole bunch of pictures. It was really cool. Yeah, so Shay, I do remember you talking about Jade City. I believe you might have given it like a low four, high three, something like that, which I totally get. I think listen to me. I like the gangster movies. So, I already have a bias toward, Jade City. So, but I get it. I remember what you said. I believe I get it. Greenbone was awesome. I love Legacy. So, dude, the way her world building in Jade City is just phenomenal. It really, wow, it really is. Like even to the dialogue and um colloquialisms. I might be using this word right. I'm not intelligent, so let me know. But they even their language changed to give you the history. Like um, a phrase like they'll be we're going to be coming down from the forest, which means that the gangs are going to go to war, and that was a saying that withstood time. Also, I offer you a clean blade, and that meant we're gonna I offer you a duel. And there are a couple others that she just filled this world with excellent world building. I mean, it was her world building was phenomenal. I might have some things to say about the tropes of gangsters, which you do find in this book. I am so my man Eric is in the chat. Yeah, seasoned and seared with blueberries and blueberries and scallions dug from the seashore. Yeah, Eric, we're having shrunk for dinner. Uh-huh. Yep, I'm seeing in the dark so much better now too. I'm so happy. It was delicious. 5-star meal. The whole trilogy. Greenbone was awesome. Excellent. Mike says Greenbone was awesome. She liked Jade Warless. Read the whole Anissa's read the whole trilogy. Jade Legacy. Oh, so you're saying Anita it keeps getting better, which I the beginning of Jade, just with the world building and setting up the structure of the um their enterprise. I really kind of dug all that because I like my gangster movies. Now yous can't leave. So I'm probably gonna do a review on that next month. City and War were about the same for me, but Agreed Legacy was the best. Awesome. I'm just reading comments, trying to catch up here, guys. So yeah, I already have ideas for my review on Greenbone because it's so gangster oriented. Once you're in the No Peak Land, you can't get out. So, I was already working on my Tony Montana voice, because I got some. I used to do Tony Montana really good, really good. Legacy is next level. Ooh, now you guys are killing me because does anybody get this? Like we're reading books, we're at those slog points of those books, and then all of a sudden your eyes start drifting to like Kindle Unlimited to see what else is out there, or your eyes start drifting to something that somebody said, in one of a video, like, oh, maybe I should pick up Legend. Everybody's loving it. Like I can't be reading 9 books at a time. I need to keep to 3. That's my max right now. Have a good evening, Jen. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, good. So she used good work of her structure and keeping it to 3 books, 10 books, can't do 10-book series. Okay, yeah. Dude, Pawn's Gambit was very high octane, man. He's a really great see that's my problem, man. Rob J. Hayes, I mean, he really does write fighting amazing. Um, but he also stepped it up the fighting in Never Die was top notch. However, I am more of a character driven reader, and I like um, so in I want to be mindful of my spoilers here, but I'm not I'm not going to spoil anything. But in Never Die, we did get a little bit of character. We got a little bit of their background. We really didn't get deep into their inner dialogue or into their past. Um, but in Pawn's Gambit, you really get, this character is, you know, 44 dimensional. There that you really get a lot from the character. Yeah, people keep busting my TBR like crazy. I watched Robert's video the other day. Maybe this was like weeks ago. He was now I can't. Thank God I can't remember it because I'm gonna ended up downloading it. He spoke about a book about New Orleans. He'll probably, if he's still with us, he'll probably type it up. And it's centered around New Orleans music and that jazz blues culture. And I was like, oh, and it was kind of like mythical with the how when here the ballad, yes, the a perilous grave. What a great title too, the Ballad of Perilous Graves. And I was and he it had this whole New Orleans vibe, and with the the Cajun background and the maybe the mythology and dead people coming to life. I was like, man, I'm I might try to throw this on my TBR. It's so bad because I'm reading 3 books now. I do kind of like them, but I'm still like, oh, what does this have to offer? It's like, why can't, dude, just enjoy what you're reading now? Stop it. Stop it. It's so tough. All right. Is anybody see Shay that man, I can't buy any more books. This was it. I promised my wife I would stop buying books, right? So I bought myself a Kindle for my birthday. Love it. Everybody go get this little thing you put on your phone here and use that. It really works. You can, twirl it around. What do they call them? Pop sockets. I even got kind of like a New Orleans vibe skeleton with a book, you know? Oh, this is my dude right here. One old geek. How we doing? I'm sorry. What's your name? Please give it to me because I enjoy the conversations of us talking about our silver beards. Actually, they're not silver. I'm more of a platinum. I've stepped up, you know, but he's great. He's on my team, I believe. Hey, Steve, is that your name? Please confirm that because I'd love to use names and things like that. All right. Yeah, thanks. It's a little it needs a bit of a trim, but I'm supposed to go to a wedding on Friday, so hopefully I'll get all this taken care of, this whole thing, you know. I actually just like hanging out and talking, man, sometimes, and when we should be sprinting, like getting to know everybody. Steve, what are you reading now? Yeah, Robert, I'm sorry, bud, but you kind of have a baby face, and excuse me, I think that's going to be a curse for you for a while. Oh, you're reading Sun Eater. It is getting close to everybody's bedtime. So why don't we do a 20-minute sprint? Empires of Silence is awesome. Great. That's going to be my first sci-fi book that I've ever read because I haven't done sci-fi, and it is on. Um, nah, my camera's so bad you can't see it. It's right behind the Asian hat there, the haka. And I bought his first 2 books. I really want to read that. I've heard so many good things about Christopher Rocchio. I'm more of a fantasy guy, but from what I heard, it's like fantasy, sci-fi, like coming together, meet in the middle. So I can't wait to get into that and do a review. I was supposed to pick it up this year or this month because of doing, reading a genre I'm not used to for the Keymark Discord, but it just kind of got pushed back. Everything always gets pushed back, right? Um, all right, guys. So we're gonna rock this out till 9:10. We got 2 more minutes to conversate. We're going to do about a 20-minute sprint, and then we're going to discuss a little more after if we have some people that are still awake, and then I will wrap it on up. And then for you people on Pacific time, I believe there is another sprint going on. Anita, do you remember the lady that was in our conversation earlier today? Um, she was going to do sprints around 10 o'clock. If anybody is interested, I will put her name out there. Monique, the Book Geek. And I'm also going to have to go try to check out her channel. Monique, there it is. I should definitely go try to check out her channel as well. I believe my computer clock is a little off, but that's okay. So for me, it is 8:49 right now. I am going to sprint for 20 minutes, and I will be back to discuss, talk about whatever we want, talk about beards, talk about hippies or communes, whatever you guys want, we can talk about. You know. Uh, all right, Silver. That's Mads and La Casa. Mads is in the hills. Everybody say hi to Mad Dog Madison over here. Mad Dog Goodyear. Sorry, I don't know why. Yeah, Mad Dog Madison Goodyear. There it is. There was a whole lot of M's in there. All right, let's sprint till about 9:10. All right, folks. Let me figure out how to put myself on mute so nobody hears my my pug snoring. Hello, everyone. How are we doing today? And did we get any reading done? Colin's Corner is en la casa. Hey, what's up, Colin? I'm not sure if you've come back from putting the kitties to bed. If you do, please comment, sir. I am definitely off mute, right? Give me a hey, hey, how you doing? Oh, how'd I miss this guy? Theo is in the house as well. Theo, how are we doing this evening? Usually Theo always stops by to these things. Say, hey, very nice of him, but we want you to hang out, Theo. Hopefully you can chill with us for a minute. Or at least I want Theo to hang out. I can't, speak for anybody else in the comments. All right, cool. Fool's Fate. All right, Mike. Gonna clean up and get the kids. I fed and watered my kids earlier this evening, and I'm at that lucky age where after dinner you can fend for yourself. Percy Jackson, all right. Steve Steve's here. Figure out who stole this late. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out who stole the soul. And definitely it's been like 30 years and I still haven't figured out who let the dogs out. Louisiana, Mike, man, I want to get down to Nolens. I really want to see that place. Jade Legacy. Ooh, baby duty. Congratulations, sir, on the new addition to your family. At least I hope it's your baby. If it's not your baby, it's cool too. We can all have baby duties. You know, 20 pages. Whew, Shay, that's pretty good. But I've seen your shelf, so I'm pretty sure you're a pretty fast reader. All right. So, question, and I hope I could get some quick answers here. I'm 5 hours. Okay, from he's 5 hours from Nolens. Northwest is closer to Dallas. Yeah, that's my dude though. I know he's a Birds fan. Finished Way of You Dan earlier today, trying to figure out what's next. So just kibitzing in the cheap seats, maybe under kibitzing. That sounds like something my bubby would say. Um, my bubby was a savage. She was all, but kibitzing, schwitzing. So if you guys want to know a Yiddish word real quick, schwitzing means you're sweating. So being old, hairy, and fat, sometimes I schwitz when I tie my shoes in the summer. And that's all I need to do is try to tie my shoes, and here it comes. Raising Arizona. Such a classic. Such a classic. All right, yeah. So I was going to ask one last question. I'm going to take this until about 9:30. I would like to know, what was your favorite book that you read this year? And now we are only 4 months in. I want to know what your favorite book was. I will start, of course. It is going to be Dead House Gates by Steven Erickson. I believe I read The Warrior Prophet before the start of the year, but if not, those two are hand in hand right there. So let me hear your answers. But everybody answer like you would answer in Jeopardy. What is. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm a Birds fan, man. Big time. All Philadelphia. I was born in Wilmington. I grew up in Atlantic City, New Jersey. My bubby, as I mentioned before, she was a season ticket holder to the Flyers way back when they actually won a Stanley Cup. All right, so we got Chris Reed's books. His is either Jade Legacy or Senlin Ascends. I've been seeing a lot about Senlin Ascends. I believe Evie finished that, and I heard that's like a little weird too. I'm all about the weird. I would like to get into that. I guess he moves up levels of a certain building, and that just seems interesting to me. Um, just stuck in Louisiana for work. I mean, hey man, it's like 82 degrees one day up here, Mike, and then like 34 the next. It's like picking lottery numbers with the weather up here. Oh, 14, 74, 52, back to 14. It's crazy. Darth Andy, Children of Time. Yes, baby is mine. Well, that is always a good thing because we do not need you to end up on what's his name? You guys know who I'm talking about, right? Damn, dude, I'm getting old. You know, Great Ordeal or Judging Eye. So that was this year, Eric. I'm sure you're through your like second read. I want to read Judging Eye again, Eric. I do not know what Baker did when he started the Great Ordeal. I think is that when him and his his publishing company went on the outs because Baker just hit it to a different level in the Great Ordeal and in the Unholy Consult. I felt like the Judging Eye and the White Luck Warrior um, just told a better story. And I know people love the abstract and the meta, but I love his story. Like I just want him to stop sometimes because I'm in an unholy console and I'm reading the meta and I'm getting upset, but then he'll hit you with like these great lines that you're like, dude, just stop it. And then you're like, and you're upset and oh, I just read this. Now I know why I love you so much. He's just killing me, Baker. All right. So Senlin Ascends is bonkers. I love hearing that, Chris. Toss up between Jade Legacy and Ship of Destiny. I heard, I think that's is it Live Ships or the Hob one? I've heard that series is very good. Golden Sun or Morning Star from Steve. Yeah, my so it's 9:30. It's getting to my 9-year-old's. That's his bedtime usually. So that's why I'm cutting it off at 9. He's gonna get a few more minutes on the Xbox. So welcome back, Mads. What are you reading, Madison? Yeah, so I am. Yeah, it was the beginning of Unholy Consult where I was just, what the hell? I think they went to this area, and this area you can just sense the darkness in it. So he made his writing confusing and darker, and it was just Guy Gabriel. Okay, I've heard a lot of good things about him. I feel like I'm behind since I picked up avidly reading like I don't know 4 years ago now. I'm 44, right? Yeah, I'm 44, and I would say in my 40s is when I really started reading like crazy. And I just feel like I'm behind. Like there's so many things I want to get to. There's the Sun Eaters up there. I haven't done, more than half of Malazan, Malice, um, Rage of Dragons. So I did pick up. Oh, I was saying how I Adrian Tchaikovsky. See how you guys get me? This is what happens. This is what happens. I start talking about it's like with books, like, oh, I want to read this, and then Mr. Chris Navo or suggest something, and then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go over here and check that out. And then Kindle Unlimited will have something. I'm like, oh my God, dude. I got 8 gigs on this thing. I'm almost out of space because I just keep downloading free shit. Um, Rage of Dragons was awesome. I heard that was great. Um, I want to get back to these comments. Uh, Lions of almost made favorite Tchaikovsky. So I want to get into him. So anyway, I did buy this Kindle, and I swore, that I would save money. And I wouldn't buy books, but of course, I don't feel right if I don't have like a book coming to me. It's oh my God, I'm such an addict. But I had to get this. I just had to. I need to see what the hype's about. I believe when I was not doing so well in life, I did read No Country for Old Men. I remember he's not supposed to have punctuation, right? But he has punctuation in here. Are we talking about the same writer here? Yeah, 20 books, right? It's it's getting out of hand because I'm in the middle of these books, and yeah, you get that first, beginning of the book vibe, and then all of a sudden, you're going to hit that slow because that one good thing happened in the beginning, and then they're going to start developing, and within that slog, I'm always like looking looking for another book. It's so bad. Yeah, the lies. It's serious. But come on, I had to get the. I mean, it is a gorgeous cover. My camera's horrible, but I've heard so many good things about this book. That, and I heard, that this guy is a baker, is a fan. So yeah, I want to start. Colin mentioned this, when we were on Steve with Steve on books, that he, would read an author, but then he would start, getting into that author, and then he would want to get into who inspired that author. So now I'm starting to do that. I'm starting to do so many things. This book thing is an addiction, folks. Um, I might start a BAA, uh, Bookaholics Anonymous, and you guys can come. You don't have to give your last names. It's all always like, "Hi, my name is Dan, and I just can't stop buying books. I don't even read the fuckers. I just like buying them." So, I get you. Like this is a safe space, and you guys can come and share it. 20 books. See, 20 books to my want to read list. It's getting out of hand, folks. Not buy books. We'll be reading Blood Meridian soon. I'm actually going to do a read along with Epic Tales. Epic from Epic Tales saw my short that I put out today, and he wants to do a read along with me. So him and I are going to hit that beginning of May as soon as the readathon is done and I get my 5 books in. I'm going to get my 5 books in. I will. Keep Eh, dude, have you been to one of these, Chris? Huh? Or I think you've been to one before, haven't you, bud? It's okay. You're with like-minded people, buddy. You are. You don't have listen. You don't have to share or nothing. But I see you. I see you. Yep. I can stop anytime I see you. You guys get it. You guys get it. And as Mads comes in and says, the things we tell ourselves, right? Like I told myself, no, I'm not doing it. I got a Kindle now. I'm saving money. Ooh, Blood Meridian's on sale. Somebody needs to take Amazon away from me. Amazon is evil in more ways than one. They're evil in a lot of different ways. They're like, hey, you've been looking this book up a few times now. Like, let me pop it up in your feed. Let me hit you with in Facebook with it. You're just like, dude, how do they know this? Because they run the world, folks. They're in everything. The- that's an excellent idea. That's what's going to happen on your when you hit your 30 days of no books. You get a bookmark, like Eric said, and then you'll relapse. You know why? Because what are you going to do with this bookmark? You can't just put it down, right? It has to go somewhere. The bookmark has to go somewhere. So maybe not the best idea. It's like at AA, handing out no duels when you hit that 30-day mark. It does. BA sounds fun. We would probably totally co-sign each other's bullshit. I think we would have to tell people to put their phones away. There is no Amazon in the meeting room. Um, there is no, not even Goodreads, folks. I'm sorry. You need to erase those apps before you come in and share about your problem. Eric, you're making me think you've been to a few of these before. I love you guys, man. I really do. Friends of Bill. No, it would be friends of Dan. Uh-huh. Yep. Dan's gonna start this because I know you guys are out there. I know you're out there. And I know you're hiding it. But I think you all feel guilty. So you do your videos, you do your TBR, you do your book haul unboxings. You're like, I have to share this with everybody. I'm trying to build a channel here, babe. Like, that's why I bought these books. I don't have a problem. I'm just trying to build an audience. God. And then I have it next month too. Is that going to be okay with you? Can I do a book haul video? Can I never do a book haul video again? See, I already have our arguments going, guys. I need a sponsor. Bro. E, bro, guys, don't get a pug, dude. Seriously. Holy shit. This thing stinks. It's over there. Like you didn't just do not. I'm looking around for your poop. That's just your ass. Just that, bud. All right, fine. He's just staring at me, dude. They are, dude. He silent farts, but it doesn't go nowhere. He like releases it from his behind, and it just stays there for like an hour. It doesn't permeate or disappear. It just hangs there right at your nostril level for an hour. Ugh. But I love the thing to death. I really do. These are my first dogs because I grew up with my grandparents and we couldn't have dogs. And once I was finally successful enough, I guess, to have an animal, um, I got two, and then I got two cats, and I got two boys. I got a partridge in a pear tree. and I have told everyone in the house that we're done. We're done. There will not be a hamster. There won't be a goldfish. You guys can't even get an ant farm. We are done. All right, Robert. Have a good evening, guys. Listen, I do have to head out as well. It is my child's bedtime, and I had a wonderful time tonight. I'm so glad everybody stopped by. Maybe if I do this interviews that I was talking about on a regular basis, maybe we can. What was it? Friends of Dan. I think that might be my title, Eric. Friends a bit, slash Dan. Or BAA Book Addicts Anonymous. I'm glad you guys all stopped by. I was on for like 3 minutes with nobody here, and I was like, I have a messed up brain, and I'm like, nobody loves me. And Tori showed up, and a whole bunch of you guys showed up, and really made my night. I'm gonna go up and down this. Mike, Chris, Mads, Steve. I got his name, Steve, today. Eric, Chris, everybody have a wonderful evening. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight, guys. I will do this again if you guys are down. If I missed you, Robert, Colin, whoever is in my chat now, Shay, Tori, all of you, thanks for stopping by. We had a great. I love the conversations more than I love the readings sometimes. This was great. I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. Okay. Peace.